So next we're going to talk about Oral Roberts, who are the 15 seed. As I mentioned off the top of today's pod, they're going to face the Ohio State Buckeyes, the number 2 seed. Oral Roberts, the Summit League champs. Their university is based in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So heading into the Summit League tournament, they were the 4th seed, bit of an underdog, and they won their first Summit League championship since 2008, which was the final in a stretch of 3 years in a row. So bit of a drought for Oral Roberts after being dominant in the early 2000s. And those 3 NCAA tournament appearances accounted for Oral Roberts' only previous ones. They were the 16 seed in 2006, a 14 seed in 2007, and a 13 seed in 2008. They head to Indianapolis with a season-long 5-game winning streak, and they feature the nation's highest-scoring duo in all Summit League first-team performers, Max Abmas. Abmas is the leading scorer in all of college basketball. He averages 24.2 points per game. That's ahead of Iowa's Luka Garza, for those keeping track. And also featured is Kevin Obanor, 18.2 points per game. He had the big tip-in for the win against North Dakota State to get them into the championship. So both those players earned a spot on the Summit League All-Tournament team last week. And Abmas became the first player since South Dakota State's Mike Daum in 2018 to be named the regular season player of the year, as well as the tournament MVP. So if you haven't seen Abmas play, this guy can play. He's a really good player. I know, hey, how often do you get to see Oral Roberts on TV? But trust me, this guy can fill it up, and he's going to give Ohio State some fits. He's a sophomore guard from Rockwell, Texas, in just his 2nd season. He's the only guy to score 30-plus points in 6 league games, and he's the only Division I player to score 40 points twice this season. He also ranks among the top 5 nationally in total three-pointers made. He's number 3, 3-point field goals made per game, and also 3-point field goal percentage. As you know, this guy can shoot the lights out. Watch out for him. So Oral Roberts' head coach is Paul Mills. He led them to a 16-10 record this year, including 10-5 in conference. He's been the head coach since 2017 after 14 years on staff at Baylor. So there's another Baylor connection. We talked about Grant McCasland at North Texas being from the Baylor coaching tree. And here's another one right there. So here's some comments from Coach Mills following their win over North Dakota State in the Summit League final. I tried to mess with the audio as best as I can, but have a listen.
Well, I listened to Psalm 118 before every game, and it says, "Give thanks to the Lord, for He is good." And whether we won or lost, God is good, and grateful for the opportunity, grateful to Coach Max, grateful to Coach KO, grateful to coach all those guys. And so to have this experience with them, and this is kind of just the beginning. We knew it was a nationally televised game and got out big, but we didn't want the national television audience to leave, so we kind of kept it interesting to make sure that people didn't turn their channels off, and wanted them to get familiar with some of these guys. But we're grateful to win and have the opportunity to continue to play.
And then also here's star guard Max Abmas talking about the win as well for Oral Roberts.
Yeah, I mean, we faced a lot of adversity. I mean, like you said, during this pandemic, not knowing if you're going to play the next game, we were pretty fortunate and blessed to be able to play all of our games except one of them, South Dakota. But I mean, it was a lot of adversity, but I think we got a resilient group of guys. Whatever's thrown at us, we're going to fight through it. So that's what the group of guys is. We're just resilient.
Abmas also comments on the 13-year drought Oral Roberts had of not being in the NCAA tournament and how good it feels to get back.
It means a lot. I'm very grateful. Just because it's bigger than us. Just to leave a legacy behind for your school. Especially for all the people that have been supporting us. Students, staff, the coaches. It just means a lot. I'm very grateful. We couldn't have done it without Jesus and each other. So I'm very grateful, and it's a privilege.
So watch out for them, man. These guys, look, hey, it's not often that a 15 can beat a 2, but I think if they can get out to an early start, if Abmas can, cause some panic on Ohio State, watch out for them. They definitely got a shot.